Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room, and I'm on the road. The Stitchuation room in with Power Tools with Thread is a Monday through Friday virtual stitching retreat where you hang out with me in here and follow me on my sewing journey. And I hope I can inspire you to put something under the needle. I got a curl going crazy here. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Great to see you guys. Yeah, thumbs up, everybody. Thank you, Bernadette. I appreciate that. If you're watching on your TV, grab your TV remote and hit the channel up button. You know, ever since I've been saying that, my thumbs up have skyrocketed because YouTube tells me that most of you watch on your TV. Well, guess who's here with me? Let me move my mouse so it doesn't fall on the ground. You know Miss Frito is here. Yes, y'all know Miss Frito is here. Let's see. Let me get you down there. There she is. There's my girl. Hello, Frito. We are in Colorado, and let me get her little Frito bucket. Is it time for treats, Missy? Hold on a second here. I don't have the tripod set up with the camera. No, ma'am, I don't. We'll give you a treat. There you go. And you can get one more, your Dave biscuits. Yeah, and I give her a rawhide so she can go brush her teeth. There she is. Ready to go? There. Good girl. Awesome. So, Leslie, well, you know, Leslie, she says she didn't know about the thumbs up on the TV until I told her about it. Well, somebody told me about it. One of y'all did or something. So we love learning from each other, right? Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, let me start off by saying I got so many emails and comments in our Facebook group and whatnot because I live in South Texas and people were really, really worried about Keith and I and our home and all that. Y'all, we live about 2 hours southeast of Kerrville, Texas. And so our home is fine. We got lots of rain, but no flooding or anything like that. So I want to thank all of you for your travel mercies for us on the road and your thoughts and your prayers and continued prayers for the folks in Kerrville. Sorry. We have camped at that RV park right on the river. And I know Margaret is in here, and that's Tiny Tiffin, and she lives in Kerrville. And we just found out this morning a couple of our friends who are custom home builders drove up there with their skid loaders to provide debris removal services and lots of volunteers and whatnot. If you guys are wanting to donate to the cause up there, tomorrow morning, or maybe I can put a link below after we get finished. My son is a pastor, and they have groups of pastoral ministries all over the United States, and he's going to give me the information where you can donate directly to the ministries that are providing 100% relief of the donations to the cause. There is no administrative overhead. So he talked about that yesterday, and Keith and I talked about it this morning. And well, hi, Maggie. Thank you for joining the channel. She says she's new and she loves it. So Maggie Collins, welcome. I'm glad you're here, my friend. You're going to have a good time with us. It's a great way to start your day. Certainly is. Get your coffee and sit back. And if you happen to catch on replay, be sure to just turn this on so you can watch while you're sewing in your sewing room. So I'll have that information for you guys this either later today. I'll put it under the video, or I'll have it for you tomorrow. I'll probably repeat it tomorrow morning. People worry about making sure that their donation goes to the direct. And so Ryan told me that they have pastors in the area who will take 100% of that and put it toward the relief effort. So anyway, yes, I've got a sunshine committee wandering around. And there's a goodie bag and whatnot for newbies. So it's pretend, y'all. It's virtual. So anyway, I just wanted to start off by saying that so everybody understands that we are fine. Instead of going west to Amarillo and to Raton and then up, we went to Guyman, Oklahoma, and spent the night there and had quite a stormy night. It was one of the first times I've been kind of afraid here. You know, you're in Tornado Alley. And we were fine. Everybody was fine in the RV park. And then we today or yesterday got here into Calhoun, Colorado, where my son lives.
Moo.
Yeah, moo. Lots of cows, lots of windmills. It's distressing. I hate those things. Okay. There is a lot of love in this group. You need some coffee, Patty? Well, Barbara's on coffee over in the kitchen. We have a virtual kitchen. Wander over there. Scotty Dog usually has stuff under control in there. But so thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. She says she usually watches the replays and she's glad my home is fine. We do have somebody staying in our home. So we've got lots of eyes on it there. So that's great. Awesome. Awesome. All right, you guys. So let me play some catch up of what got done. When we finished up on Friday, I was stitching out, doing the final stitching on the fall flowers block for Autumn Love. Okay. This is turning out just adorable. You know, there's some folks I've seen some posts in the Facebook group where people are doing these blocks and some folks are having total success. Some folks are very discouraged by it. So if you are one of those who's discouraged, I want to encourage you. First of all, don't do this with your pretty fabric. Okay. That's what your scrap basket is for. And I suggest that if you're having trouble with stitching on the heavier stitching, all right, switch to a larger needle. Do not use a sharp, because a sharp needle is going to pierce the embroidery threads and cause fraying. It will also pierce your applique fabric and can cause fraying, and then you'll get the little fuzzies from the edges. Okay, don't use a sharp needle. If you are using a brother or a baby lock machine, they are timed at the factory with organ needles. So use an organ standard. I use an EBBR. Those EBBR needles are specifically for machine embroidery. Okay. And then also I would recommend, if you're not happy with the applique, practice with doing an inflate in Embrilliance. If you have the ability to do an inflate, okay. If you're thinking about doing an inflate on your scan and cut instead of an Embrilliance, let's say you don't have the software, change your measurements on your scan and cut using the wrench from imperial to metric, okay, and go to the wrench on the main screen in your scan and cut and go from imperial measurements to metric. And you're going to go millimeter by millimeter. And when you guys hoop a single, if you guys hoop a single hooping, okay, and whether you're using batting or not, and let's say you have a fail and it doesn't work, don't unhoop it, okay? Switch to, if you need to, switch your placement line thread color, and then use another and stitch that placement line again, okay, so that you can clearly see it. If you covered part of it before with the first go or whatever, change your thread color. This is what neon threads are fantastic for. Threads that you don't use a whole lot, this is a perfect time to pull those ugly threads that you normally wouldn't use, and a bright yellow, bright orange, lime green, hot pink, those threads that we don't always reach for, but they might be in the stash because you got them in a bundle or something. Use that and stitch it again in a different color. Increase the cut size by 1 to 2 millimeters and cut it again and try it right on the very same hooping. You don't have to recreate the thread, the ugly threads crafting. She's laughing. We have ugly threads. We have ugly fabric, right? Of course we do. We all do. So you may have, okay, just do it again right on top of it. You don't have to recreate the reel. Stitch on it again. You can do 2 or 3 layers on your applique and you'll see that it turned out right. Okay. Eventually you're going to get it. Keep testing. The EBBR needles, Lady Bear, are actually in my Amazon store, and my Amazon store is linked below in the description box. It says like more ... or something like that. tap that, open it up, and then my Amazon store is right in there somewhere. It is Amazon Prime Days. So, maybe you'll get a deal on some stuff. And while you're at it, buy new TVs and a refrigerator. Why not, right? Using my links, I'd appreciate it. I'm kidding. So you guys, just don't recreate the wheel every time. It doesn't have to be frustrating. Just do the same thing, put it in there and go, well, that didn't work. Now what, right? Just do it again on top and keep going. Maybe move to another flower petal and try it there. All right. Use your needle plus minus button and jump it ahead until you get it exactly like you want it. Now, some of you are having trouble with on those first 4 blocks, that star block in the center. She was very frustrated with the stitching, and this was supposed to be the new file. Again, that I have not stitched with those, but those first 4 blocks are all identical, and they all size to 5 by 5 finished. So if one of the blocks worked, use that same block 3 more times using different fabric. Okay. There's lots of ways to make this work for you. A lot of ways. Okay. I am going to stick with the Riley Blake embroidery digitizing team until we all get this right. I'm going to stick with it. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on this. Okay. Coffee. So I hope you guys had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. We didn't see any fireworks at all other than what was on TV, just because normally we're in Port O'Connor, but we sold our house in Port O'Connor. And wouldn't you know it, in the field right behind our house, there was a fire from fireworks, and the volunteer fire department got over there and put it out. Saw that. You were going to get the file. Is something wrong with it? No, not at all. I can't say that. I don't know. I haven't stitched it out. Okay. I haven't stitched it out. But you guys, I want to caution you about, and I'm not calling anyone, I don't think anyone is being dishonest. I think they may have had issues with their machine or their file or something. I don't know. Okay. I don't want to say, okay, we have word that block 3 is Elaine says block 3 is the best one to use 4 times for that. Okay. Okay. There you go. So Midge did the exact same thing. There you go, Midge. That's right. Y'all, when something works, go with that. Okay. There's all kinds of reasons that things can go wonky in your sewing room. All right. It is not a cut and dry, black and white kind of thing. And when something goes wrong, that's when you have to kind of test it and retest it and restitch it. Try something different every time. Write on your stabilizer. Okay. First try, second try, third try, so you know which one worked. Okay. Just keep doing that until it gets right, because we don't know what threads people were using. Y'all, if I used Floriani thread in my brother machine, it would be a disaster. It would be awful. Okay. So I can use Glide, Exquisite, or Isocord, and it works fine. Different machines like different threads. And it's funny, different threads, different colors. You have no idea what things can be. So I just want to, hi, Connie, enjoy your walk. Good morning. I walk vicariously with Connie 3 miles every day. I'm getting my steps in, y'all. There she is. She's even good. She puts the headphones in. She even does it on the ship. Yeah, Paula says, Autumn Love is teaching me patience. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. I hit the wrong one. Right. All right, we got to get rid of that one because I got to hide it. And then we'll go here. Yeah, not only is it teaching you patience, even in your frustrations, you are becoming better embroiderers. Okay. And it's going to teach you. This is how I learned. Seat of my pants, y'all, just flying by the seat of my pants. No lessons. Nobody taught me anything. And today I'm I have all my old alarms set up, you guys, for Central Time. I'm on Mountain. I feel very confident in my embroidery now because of all the mistakes that I've made and the things that I learned in order to get me to where I am today. Okay. So just uh, be patient. So let's see. You've not been here for 2 weeks. Do we know the finished sizes for the 3 quilts and also the background quilting sizes? That's all in the instructions and on the front of the case, I think. So, well, thank you, Harriet. She says, I taught her so much about her machine. Your machines have a lot to offer you, you guys. Okay. So, Kim says, I ran to the bathroom. Does that count? Amen. Right. Y'all, so we got here yesterday and unloaded the back of the Jeep and just downloaded everything. And I'm so grateful. My son has 3 children that are of age to haul stuff out. It was great. I love doing that. Keith, why didn't we have a bunch of kids to do the work for us? Can't afford them. Kathy has a good question. What is the inflate used for? Does it oversize the design? No, ma'am, it doesn't oversize the design. It oversizes the cut piece. So the inflate will give you just a little bit larger cut. Okay. Yes, she squealed. Heather. She was like, oh, all this is for me. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Thank you. Cindy says she loves my Amazon store link. So much good stuff in there. And you guys, if y'all come across something that is in the Amazon store that is no longer available, let me know. I don't get notified of that. Okay. If it's not available or something, and sometimes they'll run out of something and then put a inferior product in there, like my headbands. You guys asked me about my headbands. I ordered another set and they were junk. I need to take them off. So, anyway, yeah, there's just going to be so much that you will learn in your progress as you go through. And you guys be sure to use the placement line as the shape for your cut file. Don't use the tack down, because the tack down is actually 2 lines and they're right next to each other. All right. They're right next to each other. Y'all, this is another reason I highly recommend you use Embrilliance embroidery software. It is the least expensive of all embroidery software that's out there at its price point for what it does. And right now there's another 10% off coupon. And I don't know if I put that under the video. I will. Why didn't I update that? It's good through the 14th of July. And I have a link below to my Embrilliance, and you can click that. And the coupon code is FUNFORTH25, FUNFO4TH 25, I believe. FUNFORTH25. So the quilting not in the pattern, what did I use? Rebecca, I used Designs by Juju background quilting backdrops, and I've linked those below the video as well. Okay. That link to Embrilliance is an affiliate link. Anybody who advertises it outside of Embrilliance is getting a commission on that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's there. Good. Okay. Thank you, Sally. And the coupon code is FUNFORTH with a 4TH 25. Yeah, you guys need to pull designs. This is what I use it for more than anything else. Pull designs into the software and inspect the design and see it and see what you can expect in your embroidery. That's more important than anything. It's like using a roadmap. It's time for you to get Stitch Artist 2 or 3. Kathy, I recommend you get Stitch Artist 3. I know it's the most expensive. That is not self-serving. Stitch Artist 2 does not handle the broken graphics very well. And by broken graphics, I mean Photoshop layers that a graphic designer used in your paper patterns. You and I don't see them, but the Scan and Cut does. And what happens when it comes up? It's full of nodes and cusps and problems and layers and overlaps. And what those do is they can create gaps in the image that you don't see, but when you go to throw stitches on it, things are wonky. It may not remove hidden stitches from overlapped pieces as well. So it's much more difficult to get a clean, finished Snapploque embroidery design with Stitch Artist 3. Okay, I just want to share that. So I saw, Bonnie, that someone increased up to 0.4. All right. Now, the final, she said she used 0.1. If you already have Stitch Artist 1, be sure to get the upgrade. That is absolutely right. Yeah, let me show you guys that, how to do that. Oh, let me see. I made a mistake and didn't do that, but I didn't say anything about it. All right, let me share my screen with you guys. I call Embrilliance the Liberty Mutual of embroidery software. You only pay for what you need, okay? So to do Snapploque, you need essentials, Embrilliance essentials. You need Stitch Artist 3. Those are the two that are must-haves. And then you need, I recommend Thumbnailer. And if you're feeling froggy, go ahead and get Enthusiast. If you get Stitch Artist 3, will it include 1 and 2? Yes. They build on top of one another. So Stitch Artist 1 is your base level. Stitch Artist 2 has new tools plus all the ones that are in 1. And Stitch Artist 3 has new tools plus everything that's in 1 and 2. Do I have an affiliate for all brands? No, Leslie, I do not. I'm sorry. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate that. So if you have Stitch Artist 1 or 2 and you want to upgrade to Stitch Artist 3 with the new coupon that's out, all right, this is their main Embrilliance.com store site, okay? And over here in the products, you see Essentials and Stitch Artist. These are the first two that you need to do Snapploque. Click on the little arrow and it'll open up a menu under here, okay? And you have overview and then levels 1, 2, and 3. Those are the whole programs. If you have one of 1 or 2 already, you can click on this arrow for upgrades, and there's level 1 to 2, 2 to 3, or 1 to 3. It doesn't do you any good to buy 1 and jump to 3 and think you're going to save some money. It's all the same price. They're all priced accordingly. Okay. So, what you need. So like, look at the essential bundle. It's $199. That's essentials plus fonts. If you don't want those fonts, you need essentials, which is $139. I recommend Thumbnailer so you can see your designs as pictures. Thumbnailer does not open designs. It only lets you see them as pictures. It's an entirely different program. And then you can, here's Stitch Artist and it says level 1. That's $169 because you can't do a lot with it. Okay. Here's Stitch Artist level 2 and here's Stitch Artist level 3. So you guys, for less than $800, which is a deal in the embroidery software world, okay, you can get and do Snapploque with no problem whatsoever. Okay. Now, when you buy new modules of Embrilliance, let me explain how Embrilliance works. Okay. That software, when you buy it, for the most part, not everything, but for the most part, you're downloading the entire program that they have. If you download Essentials, you paid for the Essentials version, okay, you actually get all of the computer brains for Essentials, Enthusiast, Stitch Artist. What else? I think that's it. Okay. Those, you get all the brains for that, but you can only see the icons on your screen for what you paid for. So if you buy Stitch Artist 3, you don't have to download the program again. You just buy Stitch Artist 3 or whatever you want, or Enthusiast. Yeah, Enthusiast is in that too. You just get your new serial number, okay, and load it. You go to the help menu and put your serial number in. And then Kathy broke down and purchased the upgrades. Good for you. Oh, no, Crafting on a Dime did. Good for you. Awesome. Awesome. So you're going to just, once you load in the new serial number, close Embrilliance and open it up again, and you'll have all new icons. Okay. You don't have to download again. That's a really, really great way to manage software so that when they make an update to one, it updates the whole program, and you're getting updates on those downloads when they do that. So, and it's very, very easy to do. Now, if you buy, I don't know if Density Repair Kit is included in that or not on that I'm not, maybe. Yeah, maybe DRK. Anyway, you don't need density repair kit for a Snapploque at all, okay? You don't need that. Let me stop sharing that window to you guys. So, yeah, you have Hatch and can't figure it out. So programs like Hatch, your serial number's not working for Thumbnailer. Jennifer, send them, go to the Embrilliance website and there's a contact us and it'll open up a little form and you can fill that out and put in your serial number. Double check in your account first and make sure you have the serial number correct. Okay, just double check that. Oh, DRK is separate. Okay, thanks, Debbie. Yeah. You guys, programs like Hatch, let me see. There's a bunch of them out there. Wilcom, the new John Deere. There's a bunch of programs out there. Those are designed for commercial machine embroidery. That's why the slogan for Embrilliance is software for the rest of us. Okay. Embrilliance embroidery software is designed for the end user, like you and me. We're not in the business. I'm not in the business. Okay. There are a lot of programs out there that are very, very powerful, and they are designed for, you don't have a serial number and they have not helped you at all looking for it. Kim, it came in an email. I'm sure you have an email. I do a search in my email for Embrilliance. Of course, you get a million of them. Serial number, search Embrilliance serial number and see if that came up. Okay. Yeah. Very common, Buddy Criley. Very common. Put an arm and a leg into Bernina software, spent a year in classes for another arm and a leg and still can't make it work. Got Embrilliance and now you can do great things. Yeah. I know a lady who's into Bernina for over 10,000. You guys, and she can use it. Okay. That's it. And the way I teach Embrilliance, I do not teach Embrilliance. This button does this button does that. If you want that, you need to go to Lisa Shaw's classes and watch her Lunch and Learn and all of those things. I don't do that. Okay. I teach you what I need to do. I'm just dangerous, but I love doing the Snapploque on it. So I do that. All righty. Anyway. Okay. So more questions on Embrilliance or what? I want to make sure that I answer you guys' questions, and then we're going to go on to, I'm going to go, what do we have here? Let's see. Snapploque is Becky's technique I use along with Embrilliance and the Brother Scan and Cut. Right. Thank you, Pam. Snapploque, and I trademarked that term, okay? Snapploque is a process, and it is the process of taking a paper quilt pattern that was never, ever designed to be a machine embroidery design. You scan it into the Brother Scan and Cut, the paper. It sees the pictures, okay? It will convert those pictures to a cut file or an FCM file, and then you import that FCM file into Embrilliance embroidery software, and it, in a couple of buttons, converts into a machine embroidery design. I have playlists on Snapploque to show you guys how to do that, okay? And I add in the Scan and Cut with it so that the Scan and Cut cuts out all the pieces. All right. Very, very diplomatic, Sandy. Thank you. Peggy wants to know if she can get the 2025 Liberty Box somewhere. Yeah, I think they might still be for sale at Fat Quarter Shop. I'm not sure and if they're out or not. So yeah, the Fat Quarter Shop. These are specific. Do you want to say good morning, everybody? Keith?
I got to feed the dog.
You got to feed the dog? Okay. Keith's on dog food duty. Here, you want to say good morning? Look at that.
Good morning.
Fritos. Breakfast. The ghost is best. Thank you, Becky. Right there. Yeah. She needs her itchy medicine. Okay. Ruth, you haven't figured out how to use the thumbnailer. Okay. I have a video in my Embrilliance playlist. It's the very first one, I believe, and it's called "What is Embrilliance Software and How Does Thumbnailer Work?" You can type that into the YouTube search, "How does Thumbnailer work?" and that video will come up, and it's just a couple of minutes. Everybody's saying good morning, babe.
Oh, good morning. Morning.
Yeah. Okay. So the let me go back here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. All right. So I don't want that to drop. This is the Liberty box from the Fat Quarter Shop. And this is special, specific to the Fat Quarter Shop. They're the ones who put this out. They do a bunch of different singular boxes in addition to the So Sampler box every year. So they have the Liberty box on the 4th. They'll probably have a spooky box for Halloween. They'll do a Christmas box. They may do a Valentine's box. You never know what they might do. So it depends on the fabrics and stuff that they can come in and what they're putting together. Okay. All right. So let's do this and get in here. This is a limited edition. Something in my refrigerator needs to be thrown away. I'm getting a whiff. Woo, boy. All right. So you have your cover page. Okay. And let me cover this up. You get more patriotic inspiration, some sewing summer ideas. And there is a promo code. You get a free Americana stacker, a 5-inch stacker, which means it's like a charm pack with every $40 shippable order. And there is a coupon code in there for that. So that's cool. You're going to get a free charm pack, 5-inch stacker, they call it. So that's good. Oh, look, very nice. Yep, this is great. Use the scan and cut to cut out the map for your U.S. Star Spangled Beauty. So much easier. Brilliant. That's right. Oh, okay. I keep getting these things. Sorry about that, Kelly. Okay, there we go. So, awesome. All right, what's next? What else is in there? There is the for those of you who did get the box, this is a repeat, y'all. Download the pattern for gleaming. There is an update. Okay. Let's see. It is the swap between the inner star and the outer star fabrics. Okay. It's just a swap. This should say inner star. Is that right? Yes. The blue should say inner star. The out should say outer star. So show you that. Okay. So go over to their website and they've got that on there. All right. We got how many? I think there's 12 fat quarters in here. Read the paper, Becky. Read the paper.
It's the Kerrville Bible Church.
Kerrville Bible Church is in the same organization with my son's church. Okay, good. Awesome. Awesome. Did you text him and ask him that?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Kerrville Bible Church, y'all. Same church family as the one my son preaches here in Colorado Springs. Let's see. I had my glasses right here. Where'd they go? I can't read, y'all. Oh, here they are. Let's see. Online giving. Here we go.
That's the website.
Yeah, we work together for a faithful gospel ministry in the church, sustaining worship, ordinances, discipline, and doctrines. Okay. It is, Kerrville Bible Church, you guys. That's the giving. If you would like to support the rescue and recovery efforts in Kerrville, Texas, okay, and they will be supporting all of those, the area up there, and they also had a camp up there that was evacuated. So, okay, I'll get that underneath. Keith has to make his morning slushy. All right. Let's see. This is a value of $34.48. Celebrate America's Birthday Bang. Dive into Stars and Stripes Forever by Lori Whitlock for Riley Blake. It is a 12-piece fat quarter bundle in stunning red, white, and blue. Let's look, shall we? Let's look. You blew your card on thread. I did that. Kelly looked at all that thread and she said, oh my goodness. Everybody's going, where are we going to put all this stuff? Where are we going to put all this stuff? Okay. Let me pull this out. Let's take a look at these beautiful fabrics. All right. There's our first one. Isn't that pretty? Flags, red trucks. You gotta love that. Pretty red. Fireworks. Beautiful. More fireworks on baby blue. More fireworks on white. Very pretty. Stars on white. Red and blue stars on white. Beautiful, beautiful. I know. I love it. Flags on navy blue. Directional, y'all. Okay. Flag. I'm sorry, navy blue. Flags on baby blue. Baby stars on red. Red stars on white. We have Uncle Sam hats on a pretty kind of a cornflower blue. And we've got a plaid. I love it too. I love this fabric. And we have plaid on blue and plaid on red. This is awesome. This is a beautiful fat quarter bundle, you guys. If you don't make it this year, you can make it next, right? Yep. We got Memorial Day or Labor Day coming too. So, all right. So there's that. We have a Happy Charms. This is by Lori Holt of Be in My Bonnet. So pretty. Now, what I do with these, y'all, I'm not a charm person, okay? I don't have, some people get these charms and go, meh, right? I do. I'm not a charm person. So what I'll do is I get a pair of dikes, okay? Or give it to Mr. Man, and we take off the charm and sand down or grind down the little thing, and then I glue a little round magnet on the back, and it goes. I put it on my lights all around because I collect sewing magnets on my lights. So you need to finish the one from last year, Krista. Sounds like me. Yeah. You hooked yours on your purse. See, I'm afraid I'd lose it, but I love it. I love it. It's very pretty. I will definitely convert that into a magnet. You don't even have to take that little top off. You can just get rid of the clip and put a magnet on the back. Used to me 6,000 on there. Okay. All right. Now we have, this is, let me get the words right on it, y'all. This is the Celebration Mini Cooler Bag, a cooler bag. It is the perfect companion for a sunny summer picnic, day out with friends. It's got room for a 6-pack of soda, boasts a festive array of 4th of July icons. This would not work in deep South Texas, y'all. It's way too hot. But isn't that adorable? A little mini cooler bag. How cute. You can put all of your stuff in here for your, this is a great tote for a quilt. All right. So you keep all your pattern, your pre-cuts, everything in here. I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put this in here. Okay. And my little charm, I'm going to put it in there. Very cool. Love that. We have a Stars and Stripes mini cutting mat. So handy. Blue on one side, red on the other. I love these. You guys know I keep, or for those of you that are new, you may not, in my home sewing room, where I'll be in about 5 weeks, I have a 3-tier cart, and I set a pressing station on top of that. And I keep this down below in the second drawer. And when I'm stitching at my straight stitch machine, if something comes up and I need to trim, or this is perfect for that, I keep it right there with a little mini rotary cutter, and it works great.
Are you going to class tomorrow? Since you're teaching?
I will be on Stitchuation Room tomorrow. Yes.
Sure.
Diana says she used this immediately when she got it. Awesome. So fun. Yeah, I love it too. It's beautiful. Stitchuation Room will be tomorrow. Yes, I'm not doing anything until tomorrow evening. Okay.
Oh.
And then, okay. Then Wednesday morning is going to be a short one, okay? Because I have to be in class by 10 and I have to, so I can't be getting done at 9 Central. I have to be in class at 10. So we're going to do a short one on Wednesday. Okay, you guys? All right, so let me put this in here. It's perfect. Down in the bottom. There we go. All right. And we have a large spool. This is Superior's Pima Cotton Navy Blue thread for your piecing. Very pretty. Will I do a video with the kids? Sandra, I plan on that, but it won't be until later next week when we get back. We have to go to Denver, and I'm teaching up there in Denver, so it'll be next week. All right, and then this is the gleaming pattern that came with it, you guys. Okay, so there is a finishing kit that you can get, or you might have enough in your own stash. I probably do in my own. I know I always buy yardage of white and then, you know, whatever you want to use on the outside. So very cool. That's a great.
You're buying me a 3D printer?
No, I didn't. Keith wants a 3D printer now. My grandson has one, my oldest grandson, and he was showing it to Keith last night. Keith came out of there with stars in his eyes. He was all excited. So there are not a lot of duplicates with the Sew Sampler box. And y'all, Sew Sampler is one of my favorite subscription boxes, simply because of the quality of the fabric. There are so many subscription boxes now that I get the fabric and you feel it and it feels like it's got some kind of waxy coating on it, or it's stiff and it's awful.
Oh.
Not a fan of those. When you buy a Sew Sampler, you almost always are getting either Moda or Riley Blake or Free Spirit or Benertex or something that is high quality, soft, good. I'm a bit of a fabric snob. I've got a piece of hair on my eyes, driving me crazy. I wasn't when I first started quilting, and I learned to be. So it's just a matter of how those textiles perform. And I just really prefer, I don't want to say quilt shop quality fabrics, because there's a lot of fabrics in different quilt shops, right? I prefer fabric from those manufacturers. Are you a fabric snob, Judy? I know. So Nancy says you're going to love the 3D printer. And you know, and it won't be a cheap one either, I'm sure. I like, where are you going to put it? Get rid of the print Moda.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about where I'm going to put it. Absolutely right, Sharon. She says she loves them. The quality is outstanding. It is. You're always getting good quality stuff in there. I had a link for the Liberty box. If I don't, any one of my links to the Fat Quarter Shop will suffice. They know that link is coming from me. And then in the search box while you're there, you can type in Liberty box and it'll come up. So it's hard not to be a fabric snob. Well, y'all, it's certainly budget dependent. It certainly is. And I am not saying that you cannot make absolutely beautiful quilts with fabric from other sources. You certainly can. I would recommend washing them first. Okay. And take time to know the textile, and then you might want to wash it. I would take time to press it and make sure that it's all going to work. It didn't come up and it may be out of stock. I'm sorry. I looked at it last night. The only thing I could find on it was their blog post. It was a limited edition and it may be out. So he'll find space for it, just like a quilter and her stash. I know, Penny. I know he'll find space for it. What he could do is sell the pool table and turn our old back patio into his new man cave. Libby Gay says, what computer do I recommend? You want to order one on Prime on Amazon. So, Libby, I have several computers at different price points. Elaine had me go through them, get rid of the old ones that were no longer any good. You want to get Windows 11 Pro or Windows 11. You need that. Okay. But I put several in there at different price points so that you guys can get one according to your budget. And there's even a MacBook in there as well. Let's see. You become a fabric snob. Well, Nita, you're right. She says, I put all that time into sewing the quilt. You want it made from quality fabric. We understand that. Yeah. You good. Just get that. And so also I recommend if you're going to get a laptop, you guys, whether it's a Mac or a Windows machine, whichever one, you want to make sure that you also order an external CD reader. Okay. You're going to want that. They don't put CD readers anymore they don't put CD readers anymore in laptops, whether it's a MacBook or a Windows machine. They just don't do it. So you need to get an external one, and almost all of them have the external USB-C or something like that, whatever. I've got some of those in there as well, okay? Because you guys that are embroiderers, you have a lot of designs that are on CDs. I know that, okay? We just don't use the print moda enough, you guys. We just don't use it. So that's the only reason I said sell the print moda or get rid of it. Don't use it. It's taking up space, and it has a big footprint. I just got a text from Michelle that says Samaritan's Purse is also a great place to donate. I agree, and I donated to Samaritan's Purse after the hurricane damage in the Carolinas, and he's going to slam the door. Told ya. No, you don't, Billy Lou. I don't know. I wouldn't get one. So anyway, yeah, Samaritan's Purse is also a great place. I have used them, but we'll probably donate through the Kerrville Bible Church there as well. Yep. All righty. So that's all I've kind of got for you today. The plan to sew today, if I did any sewing at all, which I've got my machine set up. This is the Brother NQ 3700D. It's a Disney version. The NQ 3550W is not Disney. It's identical, except it doesn't have Disney and it's a lot less expensive. Okay. If you are looking for a travel machine, weighs 18 pounds, fabulous. And it's a combo, which I like. But the plan today was to sew, if I do any sewing, but we're going to leave about 11:30, I think, and head up. Somebody said, where in Denver? It's actually north of there. I'm going to be in Longmont Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I will be at a quilt store in Loveland on Thursday, and then we'll be back here. So Judy, this is a great question, Judy. I have a laptop with tons of designs, but it hasn't been turned on in years. Is it now trash? No, it is not. Okay. How to deal with a computer that's a dinosaur that has not been turned on? That is a great question. So what you have to think about is the fact that that operating system is no longer supported, probably, and it's going to be vulnerable if it gets out onto the internet. It'll be vulnerable to whatever. So I don't recommend going out on the internet on it at all yourself. When you turn it on, it's automatically going to begin to search for updates. Okay, whether they're security updates, if you've installed security software like Norton or McAfee or Kaspersky or whatever you happen to have, it's going to immediately begin to search for updates. And there's going to be years worth of updates that it wants to get. Okay, same with software updates. It's going to want to get tons of software updates. So my recommendation is Set aside 2 days for that. Just set aside 2 days. Get that machine up and running, turn it on, plug it in, okay? Turn it on, log into it, and let it do its thing. And it's going to want to do, because if you try to get into it right now, it's going to be dog slow, and it's not going to want to do anything you want, and it's going to be very frustrating. So with dinosaur computers, turn them on, plug them in, log in, let it do its thing. Come back much later in the day or even the next day, and then go into the folder structure, all right? And take all of your designs. Don't try to go get other ones. Don't do any of that. Whatever designs are in your folder structure, take those and slide those onto either a USB or some kind of external hard drive, okay? Just highlight all, drag, and drop onto a new external hard drive or into a USB, depending on how big your USB is. Some very large USBs cannot work in embroidery machines. So my recommendation is an external hard drive, all right? So after you've gotten everything off of it that you want, if possible, I don't know, it's almost impossible to reformat those things anymore, but factory reset the machine, and can you just not connect it to the internet and do the file transfer to a drive? Margie, it's going to connect to the internet anyway, unless you've purchased a new router with a new password, okay? If you've done that, this is a good question too. Okay. Can you just not connect to the internet and do a file transfer to the drive? So you can turn internet services off. It's still going to be mad at you, and it's still going to try to do all kinds of things. I don't know. You can give it a shot. Okay. You have a 2015 iPad Air that can't update. You've tried. Many apps will not work without recent updates, Lynn. Yeah. So apps are different than the software that's on like a hard drive. Okay. Yeah. I know sometimes especially on Apple devices, they just don't even, yeah. Do I know why your scan and cut doesn't connect to your Wi-Fi anymore? Kim, I suspect it's because you did the most recent update for the scan and cut, and that shut off internet connectivity. In that case, go to the wrench on the main screen, tap the wrench, go all the way to the bottom where it says reset, tap reset, and do factory reset, okay? Or whatever the complete, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. She did the new update. That's why. Yep. So do your factory reset, okay? And then run through the LAN wizard again, and it'll connect right up. You'll be good to go, okay? So, all right. All righty. Reset network. Okay. Thank you, Diana. I don't have my scan and cut up in front of me. Yeah. I need to do that too. The one I have here is a 225, the one I brought with me. EBBR organ needles in 9014. So the EBBR, Sharon, is in many different sizes. They have the 7511, 8012, and 9014. Yep. Okay. What if you turn on the computer and nothing happens? Ooh. Well, Carla, in that case, I would just kind of think about where you got your designs and go out to those websites like Designs by Juju or I Need a Good Design or OESD or any of those places and download your designs from your account again. Okay. What happens when Windows 10 goes away? Is my computer useless? It will continue to work, Connie. It just won't be receiving any software or security updates, and your machine will be very vulnerable on the internet to lots of bad stuff. I don't recommend using it. Becky wants to know, what's the difference between the Scan and Cut 225 and the 325? Number of designs native to the machine, and trying to think. I'm not sure if my connection is on 225. Let's see. It will be useless, Lady Bear says, for the most part. I don't know. Will you have a problem with Bez 4 not working in the new Windows update? You should not. I don't think so. If you have files in the cloud, should you also back up on a hard drive? Diana. I do, but the cloud is really, today, the cloud is the most reliable. It doesn't use my connection. Thank you, Sophie's. Yeah. So the 225 doesn't have the my connection feature. So I can't send designs wirelessly back and forth between my Luminaire and the 225. Oh, okay. Lady Bear says she's IT and having issues with anything Windows 10. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Okay. This turned into an IT talk. All right. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. Okay, I'm going to go. The family is up. My son, I just wandering around out there. So I'm going to run. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for spending your morning with me. I hope I answered a lot of your questions. Your power tools with thread USB won't work anymore. Can things be transferred to another USB? Yeah, email me, please, about that. powertoolswiththread@outlook.com. Okay. All right. I can send to the 225 with Canvas. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow morning. I'll be in Longmont. Keith and Frito are back in the house. We will talk to you later. You guys enjoy your day in your sewing rooms. Y'all go sew something. Bye. Thumbs up.
Frito got a cat.